Good morning, Sarah here. How are you all doing? I've got to remember to look at the camera and not at myself in the mirror here. So, as you can see, I am looking into a mirror. And this morning I just thought I would show you, or at least explain, how you can perceive yourself in a different dimension, whether it's a past life dimension, whether it's a dimension running alongside at the same time. I just thought I would show you how you can do that for yourself. And sorry that, I'm no techie. It is what it is. I stick my camera on a tripod and try and get the best shot that I can with the limited knowledge that I have. Anyway, good morning. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, welcome. If you can like and subscribe, that helps me, helps move the channel along a little bit. So, mirrors, smoke and mirrors. I have a lovely old mirror here that was made in Hungary. It's an antique wooden painted mirror with the original paint on it, including the woodworm. And I'll show you the top of it at the end, which is really decorative. It's lovely. It's one of my favourite mirrors. Now, as I've said before, mirrors are portals, and one has to be careful where we hang mirrors in our houses. I don't have any mirrors in my bedroom because I don't like to sleep with an open portal while I'm not paying attention. So all my mirrors are either in hallways or in places where I'm not spending a huge amount of time. And also from a feng shui point of view, you need to be very aware of what the mirror is reflecting. So at the moment, I've just moved it so for convenience and kind of better lighting. So I've got a door behind me, which is fine, but you don't want it pointing and reflecting an outside view necessarily, unless it's a very beautiful view and you want, like I've got a mirror downstairs that brings the outside into my home, which is what I like. But you wouldn't want one pointing at an empty bed, for example. If you're a single person and you're hoping to invite somebody into your life, you don't want a mirror looking at you alone in your room, because that is then projecting that vibration of you being on your own. So, position your mirrors so what you're seeing as a reflection is what you want in your life, basically. Anyway, getting back to viewing ourselves in different dimensions, there's a very interesting shamanic way of doing this. And I would suggest, one, that you do it on your own, when you're on your own in the house. If you can do it in an evening in a darkened room, that also helps. But obviously it doesn't help with camera work. So I'm not going to do that today. So for demonstration, that's what happens. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to show you in daylight. So if you're going to have a darkened room, make sure it's got a really nice ambiance. You might want to have some candles nearby. In fact, I suggest you have at least one candle quite close by to you, not necessarily giving you a scary face, not underneath your face, but somewhere where it's creating shadows and light, but not enough to scare you. It's really weird seeing me in a mirror because I'm all kind of back to front. I hadn't realised that my face was so lopsided, but there you go. So create your sacred space, because you do need a fair amount of protection for this kind of work. You don't want, with mirrors, you don't want to be inviting in any unwanted energies. So create your sacred space, light your candle, say your prayers if that's how you work, or just set an intention to do this work for your highest good, and that you're only inviting in high vibrational energy. And then center yourself. Just let all those, thoughts go out of your mind if you can. Feet on the ground, deep breathing, as if you're starting a meditation. And then you want to stare into your eyes for a moment, just getting a feel of who you are, looking at your facial expressions. Maybe move your hair away from your face so you can really see your face. And just get to know this face that is in front of you. This person that you see every day, this human being called Sarah, in my case, every day. And just get to know the lines and the contours and the shape of your face. And then you want to soften your eyes, your focus. Excuse me. Soften your focus a little bit so that you're not staring like this, but you're kind of almost not closed eyes, but looking through your eyelashes, almost as if you were squinting a little bit. And just focus on a point in the middle of your forehead. Just very gently allowing your eyes to soften and not trying to focus on any particular features that you might have. If the candle is casting weird shadows, just move it a little bit. You can move it in front of you, but you don't want it to do too much in the way of reflection. So just put it where it's kind of offering a soft light, if you like. So squinting a little bit, and then just relax into this space in the middle of your forehead. And just, as I say, don't focus on anything, but just allow your vision to blur a little bit. And what you'll find is that your face shape changes, that you might suddenly see a bigger hair, or maybe your face becomes, in my case, more masculine, or or more feminine, or your features change slightly, or you might grow ears, whatever. But it'll only be for a few seconds, because the temptation for us to actually try and focus on what you're seeing is so great that you'll probably lose it. But if you do lose it, just come back to that center place again and allow your focus to soften. And just gently, gently, gently screw your eyes up a little bit and allow that vision to come back again. And the more you do it, the more comprehensive that view will come. And you'll find that a different persona will appear. Now, sometimes they can be a little bit scary. And if they are, then you just want to say, thank you very much. I'm only dealing with high vibrational energy at this point. And just bring yourself back and start again. But generally, what you'll see is you'll just get a very soft view of a different persona in front of you. And don't try and overanalyze it. Just hold that vision if you can. And then when you've finished, you can maybe write down what you saw, whether your hair was blonde, or whether your hair was short and dark, or whether you were wearing a hat, or whether you were wearing a big coat, or whether, whatever the features are, whether your nose was a different shape, whether your lips were a different shape, your eyes perhaps wide open. So just write down what you felt you saw, and just jot down some ideas of what that image gave you. And you'll find that the more you do this, the easier it becomes to actually see these different personas of you. And from a shamanic point of view, it's your either a past life or a parallel life going along, you know, so you in a different dimension. And it's super interesting, and it brings up some really fascinating insights. So that's all you do, and then when you've finished, you just say thank you very much, and close down your sacred space. If you've opened a sacred space, close it down. Don't forget to thank spirits for their help in helping you perceive a different avatar. And there you go. It's a really fun thing to try, and you know, it's quite addictive to see how many different people you actually come up with, and it just reiterates for me that viewpoint that, you know, we do possibly have more than one life running parallel to us, and it depends which crossroads we take and where we end up, and maybe we're completely different in each of these dimensions. And I've perceived some very interesting past life manifestations of me, if you like, not looking anything like me, completely different, but there is definitely soul essence in there. So that's a very interesting thing to explore. And while we're using the mirror, we can also do a daily ritual, if you like, to honor ourselves. And I like to use the Hawaiian Ho'oponopono. I can never say it, but I'll spell it at the bottom. The prayer that is so healing, and that is, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And I do this on a daily basis because not only am I saying sorry to myself for all the stupid mistakes I've made along the lines, but I'm also saying sorry to all those people that I might have hurt intentionally, unintentionally, and just putting it out there. I'm sorry for what's going on in the world. I'm sorry that Mother Earth is shaking so hard to wake us all up. I'm sorry for whatever, for any manner of things. It's a really powerful prayer to say. And it's even more powerful, I find, that, you know, when you're speaking to yourself, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and you're really looking into your eyes and saying, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. So give it a try, and it's all healing, it just covers everything, and you don't actually have to have an idea in mind of what it is that you're saying sorry for. It's just a general gratitude that you're sending out into the universe for everything that has happened in your life, for all the people that might have come to you, and for any misdoings, misjudgments, whatevers. It's just a beautiful prayer to repeat. Okay, my dears, I have to go and vote now. It's May the 7th, voting day, voting for the local elections, and in Wales we are voting for the new Senedd. So let's see what that brings. Great change, I hope. Ciao for now.